Wesley,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to talk about trailers and cinematics to games?
Oh, God.
Um, so over the years of us being in this planet, we've seen...
Over the years of being in this magical planet, we have seen many game trailers.
These are, we've seen video game trailers and cinematics for games that we have either played or haven't played.
Yeah.
So I thought, with this video, let's just talk about them.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about the ones that we remember, like the ones we saw either on TV or on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And without any long introduction, let's begin. The Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, yeah.
I've never played any single Assassin's Creed games, and I don't even know how much they are. But there are some trailers I remember.
Mm-hmm.
There was one for... I think it was for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So it takes place in the time of 5003
Okay.
in Rome. And this was like this... I think it was like a king or a prince getting escorted with his men. Then in the crowd, there's a crowd of people, and then this assassin comes in, and then more assassins, and then the guy's guards versus the assassins.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool trailer. There was another one I remember for Assassin's Creed 3, where you have the Americans versus the Brits.
Yeah.
Was like the assassin just grabs a horse, charges through enemy
Yeah.
enemy alliance, only just to kill a Templar.
Yeah.
Now I know I've never.
Was the Templar Black?
No, it's not Warhammer.
Oh, fuck.
I've never played Assassin's Creed, so I'm assuming Templars are meant to be like the bad guys of the Assassin's Creed universe. The only thing I know about Assassin's Creed is that you're playing as your ancestor who was an assassin from time periods.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one I remember for, I think it was for Black Flag, where
was that the pirate?
that was the pirate
Yeah.
one, and Blackbeard, the most feared pirate, is talking about the assassin.
And he's also talking about how the fact that he was resting and he heard some rambling up on deck. Oh no, sorry, that's the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. My mistake.
So yeah, maybe someday I might play Assassin's Creed, but I've just seen the trailers and I haven't played the game. So maybe in the future I might do that.
Yeah.
Halo.
Oh my god.
Halo had some great trailers. Halo 3 had some good ones. There was one that I remember. It was like two kids looking at the stars.
Yeah, they were looking up at the stars. Yeah.
And then it's like one of them was like, could you imagine what's out there? And then it cuts to like Master Chief's helmet.
Yeah.
You don't see the face, but you just see him grabbing the helmet, putting it on, and there's like a missile or there's an attack coming, and he
activates the shield.
Yeah, he activates the shield. There's
Yeah.
another one from Halo 3, which it was pretty cool. It was like stop motion.
Yeah, and they were like models.
Yeah, and it looked like the Warhammer.
It looked a bit like a Warhammer tabletop fight.
So you have like soldiers in battle, and you have like grunts, elites, jackals, and then I think it was like a brute, or if it's like this big guy holding.
Yeah, I think it was a brute. Yeah,
holding Master Chief, and then Master Chief has a grenade, and he looks at the camera, and it just says "Believe."
Yeah.
For Halo 3. There was one for Halo 5.
Yeah, I remember a Halo 5. I remember there was like two. There was like one from like the Spartans' point of view, and there was like another one from like Master Chief's point of view.
Yeah,
like,
so I think his name is Sergeant Locke, the Spartan, and he's about to shoot Master Chief, who's on the ground.
Yeah.
But then they have another one that's reversed.
Yeah.
And it's like a destroyed city, and I think they're behind, they're in like a statue.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And I absolutely find it hilarious how they like the plot of Halo 5, it was meant to be like Master Chief
Has gone rogue or something.
Has gone rogue. Even though like when you think of Master Chief going rogue, you think, oh my god, he's the villain. But when you actually play the game, it's more of a case of Master Chief, we're going to McDonald's, we're gonna order chicken nuggets. Would you order them? No, I'm not gonna order any chicken nuggets. Oh my fuck, he's gone rogue! It was that was basically the fucking story of Halo 5.
There was one that in Halo 4 that I remember. It was like Master Chief coming out of his uh, sleep pod.
Yeah.
And then he, like, the ship's been under attack. He grabs Cortana, puts it behind the helmet, and he just flies off. And that was like a small teaser for Halo 4. Halo Wars 2 had a pretty cool one where it was like two armies coming at each other. And it gets slow motion when you have the leader of the bad guys, who's like a brute, and you have the leader of the good guys, who's like a general, and they go just slowly walk towards each other to the point that the bad guy actually like just touches the missile. That's just like slow motion. So I remember that. Halo Reach had one where you have Blue Spartan grabbing, I think it was like an explosive.
Yeah, and like and he's running through like a battlefield, and then he gets like injured, and then one of the Spartans, you think he's gonna heal him, but he actually grabs the bomb, uses his jetpack to go into the Covenant, the Covenant ship, and then explodes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halo had some really good trailers.
It really had. Holy fuck.
Call of Duty had some good ones. I remember the trailer for Ghost. The first trailer was weird because you don't know it was Call of Duty until the title comes at the end.
Yeah.
It was mostly about like people wear masks to hide their identity or something.
Yeah. And what was that the one where
it was like it was going through like people who were wearing masks, like tribes, religious, like different folks wearing masks, and then at the end there was a team of soldiers wearing the Ghost mask, and that was a trailer for Call of Duty Ghost. The trailer for Modern Warfare 2, the old one, the 2009 one, their first trailer had an Eminem song.
Yeah.
And Call of Duty back before then was like very serious and like historical kind of stuff.
Yes.
This is when Call of Duty became the whole action movie, 360 no scope kind of
360 MLG no scope,
that kind of stuff.
Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Infinite Warfare had a controversial one that, if you look up hated trailers in 2016, Infinite Warfare was one of them.
Yeah.
And at first it was like they're fighting on ground, but then it gets to space and they're playing in ground control to Major Tom. And this is when people was like, this doesn't feel like Call of Duty. This feels like I'm playing Halo.
Yeah.
Black Ops 2 had a few good ones. There was one, I remember, the zombies. There was one for Transit, which the Transit map is... You may say what you want, but the trailer was...
I thought it was decent.
The trailer was giving it hype because it had the song Carry On. Which was the ending song for Black Ops 2.
Which, by the way, this is... I remember one day I was like looking up, because at the time I was into this guy called Zotzi Zombies who makes like Lego versions of like either Minecraft, Overwatch, Team Fortress, or like COD weapons.
Weapons, okay.
Yeah. And I remember I scrolled down and I saw a random video. It was basically the trailer for like COD Zombies 2, but it was in the style of Lego.
Oh.
And my god, that just took me back.
Like the zombies have some good trailers, like the one for Mob of the Dead.
Yeah.
Which was the one with in Alcatraz.
Oh,
that had a good trailer. It had the song "Where Are We Going?" Where are we going from here?
Yeah.
But the first trailer for Black Ops 2 was pretty interesting because you have this old guy in a wheelchair who we find out it's Woods.
It's Woods.
And there's a bit of a mystery because you're like, oh, he's still around. What has he seen? And he explains how
shit that'll turn you white.
Yeah, and he talks about like how technology has evolved and what would happen if someone has the key to that technology. Mm-hmm. They could use it for peace, or they could use it for attacks and all that stuff, and like just destruction. What was there was a live action ad for Black Ops 2. Mm-hmm. called Surprise.
Oh fuck! This is the
So-
one with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, 'cause
He's
it
on,
starts-
like, a
'cause-
jet.
Because it starts off with a guy whistling, and then there's like a guy with a sniper is like, "Hey, buddy," and then a tomahawk shows up, and it's a girl with a tomahawk. She's about to throw another one, and it's like another sniper that could see through walls. Is like surprise, and then he turns around and it's like there's a guy with like two of those walker things from the games. Like, surprise, fat man, and then there's a guy in a jet, and it's Robert Downey Jr. that comes out of nowhere and says, "Guess who brought a jet to a gunfight?" And he gets chased by a missile that says surprise. I'm not
Yeah.
even joking about that, but that was a fun ad. The live action ads were actually pretty.
Oh yeah.
There was one for Modern Warfare 3, which had Jonah Hill, and I forgot his name, but he's the main dude in Avatar with a wheelchair.
Oh yeah, it was meant to be like a pro at the game teaching a noob how to.
Yeah.
Which is what we should be fucking doing.
And at the end, Jonah Hill's character becomes good to
yeah.
the point of the teacher is like, I'm
He
impressed.
got good.
Modern Warfare.
So proud of him.
Oh, Modern Warfare 3, the older one had a pretty good trailer when it was like, because they were putting free in the main countries that were going to be involved.
Yeah.
Like, they actually put free in the E for England, so it just says Fringland.
Fringland.
They put
Fan four stick.
They actually put free in the France. They put free in America, and they put free in Germany because that was the main countries that were gonna play a key role in the story.
Guess what number of game you're playing? That's right, the fourth one.
Black Ops 3 had had two cool trailers. One was like showing you like the evolution of technology and mankind and all that stuff. How a person could actually do gymnastics with like a prosthetic leg and all that kind of stuff. And then the second trailer was like the main trailer. It had the best song ever, and that was Paint It Black.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Call of Duty has had some good trailers promoting their games just to make you hype up for the first person shooter.
I remember, speaking of COD, I remember there was like, my brain just had a brain fart for a second. There was like a trailer that took place in like a lab. And
Is that for the moon?
It
Or was that for a section?
Yeah, it was for experimenting on the zombies, and like the one was in like an astronaut suit.
Yeah, they actually
for,
had someone disguised as Nova Crawler.
Yeah, that was actually pretty. Speaking of which, I don't know if this was. Yeah, I think it was a trailer. Remember the Ascension trailer?
Oh yeah, that was really fun.
And yes, those are authentic Russian cosmonaut monkey zombies. So put an end to animal testing by putting their hairy asses into the atmosphere. Honestly, I fucking love the kick-assery of the COD zombie trailers.
Yeah. Moving on from Call of Duty, Battlefield had a couple of good ones.
Oh yeah.
Battlefield Hardline. That was the one with like cops and robbers. I only seen one trailer, and it was the main story trailer. And the reason why I remember this is because it's got one of my favorite songs from Imagine Dragons, "I'm So Sorry," and that was the only reason why I remember that. Battlefield 1, by God, had the best trailers. You know a trailer is great when they play a remake of Seven Nation Army.
Yes.
That's how good it is. And just showing you like the craziness, like there was a train with guns, there's like the planes and a zeppelin, like all that kind of stuff that was gonna be in the game. And there was one that was kind of controversial for Battlefield 5. I don't know if it was because of the time period, or maybe it was because there was a woman with a rifle with a prosthetic arm as a soldier shooting people.
Which was the style at the time.
I mean, I don't know what the controversial was all about, but that's what I've heard.
I think it was like a woman fighting in the front lines. I think that's why it was controversial.
I don't want to go into too much detail on that, but Battlefield, the newer one, the glitchy mess one,
the newer one, that one.
That had a fun trailer because it's just craziness. It's more craziness when it becomes like the Just Cause game when there's a massive tornado coming into the city.
So, sir, why were you inspired over this mission? Well, I was watching that scene from Ready Player One where they have a race and there's just shit everywhere, and I was like, this would be great as a map.
Yeah.
That scene where he's like, there's like a fucking tornado, and then he's like on a jet, and then he like you know.
The guy. There's a guy.
Shot out.
Yeah.
And he just uses a rocket launcher and like shoots the other guy.
And he gets on back to the jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Star Wars games.
Holy shit!
Star Wars games always had the best trailer. Remember the trailers for Force Unleashed?
Oh.
Like the one for Force Unleashed, what I still remember to this day. It was the one where you see a Star Destroyer, but then it just starts moving and it crashes down, and that's because Starkiller used the Force to pull it down.
Mm-hmm.
The one for Force Unleashed 2 was great because it's Starkiller going towards this hallway and he hears voices like I think it was Yoda and Darth Vader. And then he goes to this arena, and you think he's fighting the Rancor, but then it's something bigger.
Yeah, the one I remember is where he's in like this room. I think he's like meditating or something. But then Darth Vader comes in with a bunch of stormtroopers, and he announces his execution. So he locks him in a room
that
with
one.
him, and like he turns the light off, and then you see the ignition of his lightsaber, and he kills all of them. And then he's like running, and then more troops come out of nowhere and start shooting him, and then he uses the Force to fucking evaporate them.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then out of fucking nowhere, this fucking mech creature, this fucking
Oh yeah, that one.
it was the one with like the electric gun and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember this was in the old Battlefront game menu option, and you go in, you actually see a trailer for Republic Commandos, which I finally managed to play a couple of years ago, just because it was in Xbox Store, so I was like, I need to play this just to experience
Was that the one with like the clone commandos?
Republic Commandos was like a group of clones that were like they're kind of like the Suicide Squad of clones. And I remember the trailer had so much stuff, like it had like droids, it had like had Boskus people. I forgot what they were called. Trandoshians, and then you had the Geonosians, and then you had like Grievous's bodyguards.
I was about to say, you see Grievous in one of the levels.
I remember seeing Grievous in one of the missions, but I remember the trailer made me think I should play this one time, but at the time I never got a chance to, but now I'm like, I finally played it because it was an Xbox Store.
It's gone up to the point that every time we go to like CEX and every time we see a game that has the word LucasArts in it, I kind of cry a little inside.
Yeah.
Every time I see that logo with the black gas mask, and I'm like,
the Old Republic had the cinematics for that is crazy.
Totally.
There's
okay, can I?
You go.
I remember there was one where it was just like, I don't know if this was like KOTOR or the Old Republic, but there was like a cinematic where it was just like two brothers.
Did one of them wear like a black robe and the other one wear a white robe?
Like
I remember that one. Because you think the one
if
that
my education of the dark side, the one in the black is going to be the evil one.
But no, the one who gets like the half helmet.
Yeah.
The
one in the white, he basically is the underdog, and his father basically is like, I only have one son, he's the one in black. He has a disapproving face, and every time they go into battle, he keeps getting like robotic arm, or robotic like
the helmet
face.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know, I can't remember which one dies.
Oh no, he gets angry, so he tries to kill his father.
And then his brother,
who wore black, got into the way, and in anger, he accidentally kills him. And he's
now I remember that.
What have I done? And then his father, fucking bastard, is just like, join me, my son. And it's like, get fucked.
There was another one that took place during that time. It was like a little girl.
Yeah,
I think she wanted. I think
she
her mentor hid her Force abilities.
Hidden her Force because she thought like if
the Emperor found out,
they would turn her into a weapon like his sons.
But no, like KOTOR, like the Old Republic had some good ones. Like there was one I remember, this Sith Lord entering a temple with this Twi'lek, and then
she was like red, wasn't she?
No, it was blue.
Oh yeah.
It was like a blue Twi'lek who was like, mostly she was shooting people in the temple.
Ah.
And then you have this ship that crashes down, and it's an army of Sith.
Yeah.
Which, that's something I wanted the Acolyte to be, just a show about the Sith versus the Jedi.
Thought it was gonna be.
no,
I thought it was gonna be like the backstory of how Sith came to be. But
or like the Jedi and the Sith, and like see, that was my Acolyte before the shit one. There was another one I remember. It was like a forest, and you have these group of clones, and they're attacking the Sith and these droideka looking guys.
yeah.
And then next one, this Jedi with two blades comes in and takes out the Sith Lord that was in the Jedi Temple.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't have the mask yet.
Yeah.
Because it kind of goes reverse, because he has the mouthpiece in that Jedi Temple bit, but in the forest it's kind of like burnt.
Yeah.
But then there's like another cinematic where it takes place in a ship, and you have a Jedi, like a master and apprentice, have just got this smuggler,
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption kind of guy.
My
and then
name's John Marston.
There's a Sith, the Sith Empire's returned, and then you have a master and apprentice Sith come in the ship, and it's the guy that was in the two other cinematics. But this time his face looks alright. There's no damage.
Yeah.
Those were really good ones. There's another one they had recently, I think it was like a few years ago, and it's like this master and apprentice are in a Jedi temple and they're getting a holocron, but then that guy comes in, and there's a bit where he's telling her that your master may not be that kind of person.
Yeah.
And there's a bit when he uses the Force to like bring the ceiling down at her, and it's like, when you're ready, come and find me or something.
Yeah,
and he
walks
off, and the way he walks off is kind of badass because it's just the entire temple is just falling apart.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Battlefront, the newer games, the EA Battlefront games had some good trailers. The one for Battlefront 1 with Endor, that was really good. Just seeing the graphics, like the graphics of Endor, oh my god, that looked amazing. The Battlefront 2 had some good ones. The first trailer, it was just showing you like some of the story, but then they showed you like other characters like Darth Maul. It had like Yoda, and it had like Kylo Ren and Rey, and like all these different like eras from.
This location is clear. Not clear. Not clear.
Yeah, that was another trailer that happened. That was a really good one.
Yeah.
There was another one. It was like the space battle. Remember, like, there was the one that had the line, "You cannot kill Sith."
You cannot kill a Sith. And it's like, okay. I mean, well, yeah, technically you can't. I mean, we tried to kill Palpatine and he came back.
Yeah, multiple
killed
times.
Darth Maul
to the point
and
that
he came back.
To the point that we have that really bad line. Somehow
Palpatine came back.
But it's not just that. We had, like, great cinematic trailers for, like... Star Wars Lego had a few good ones. I love it when it got to the Clone Wars one. It starts off with the original Lego game, but then it cuts to like Lego Star Wars, the Clone Wars, play as these characters, and go after him, this and that. And I love it how the line I remember the most is at the end is like the saga, like your galaxy is yours to build.
Yeah.
Lego trailers for games always had that kind of pun.
That like build your own world kind of like
I love it. Like one of the trailers for Lego Star Wars, it's like you could make your own characters, even Darth Jar Jar.
And yeah.
No, Darth 3PO.
Yeah. Darth Jar Jar. Oh, here's the key.
Let's talk about the Lego games, because they had some good trailers.
Oh,
Lego
yeah.
games. Lego Lord of the Rings is literally a recreation of the scene where the Fellowship run away from the Balrog.
Yeah.
That was a great way to just promote your Lego game of Lord of the Rings. That was just great. The Balrog in Lego, that looked cool.
Yeah.
Lego Batman 3, even though I really do not like the title, just call it Lego Justice League. That had a good trailer where it's like Batman's talking about how space is like dark and evil. And it's like, Batman! It's Superman next to him. It's like, I like the new suit. And all the Justice League members are like agreeing, but then one of them is like, I prefer black. Or maybe dark gray. And then you hear like a crazy laugh and they turn around and just fly off. It's like Brainiac's laugh.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I remember the trailer for like the first Lego Batman game.
Oh, when you went to the menu of the Lego Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and
that was a lot of fun.
I remember that.
Just seeing Batman and Robin, and you see all Batman's criminals just causing chaos in Gotham.
Like
that was a lot of fun
Tim Burton
to see.
theme.
Yeah,
it had the music from Tim Burton, but it had the character
style
design
of like the animated series.
Yes.
So that was kind of cool.
Although, if I'm being honest, I preferred Killer Croc in Lego Batman than he looked in the fucking show.
Yeah, okay. There was a trailer I remember for Lego City Undercover, which I haven't played, but I remember I was watching a trailer. No, I was watching a channel called Video Games Are Awesome, aka Far From Subtle, when they played the game and they reacted to the trailers. I remember one of the trailers. At the end, Chase McCabe makes the pipe from Mario.
Yeah.
But that was because they were showing it in a E3 Nintendo conference.
Yes.
So of course they were promoting the Wii U.
Mm-hmm. Which was a masterpiece, and nothing bad happened to it.
The Lego Marvel superhero.
Oh yeah.
The first one was like showing you it was the voice of Nick Fury talking about the heroes, but then you have like Spider-Man, Wolverine, Deadpool, Iron Man, and they all come together. But then you have a shadow of Galactus, and then Iron Man pops his helmet open, and it's like, we need a bigger team.
Yeah. Went full Infinity War.
Yeah, and then the trailer for Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 was like Rocket and Groot running away from an attack, and they go past different characters and like villains and heroes.
Like different time periods.
You actually, Igor the Living Planet is in it, but then
Ego
the Living Planet. What did I say?
Igor.
Yes, it's alive.
Could you imagine Igor the Living Planet?
Just a hunch in the top of the planet.
It's just like a massive lump.
Yeah. Anyway,
there
was a floating head. I think it was Kang the Conqueror, and then Thor's like, I've seen bigger.
Yeah.
But it had the song Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lego trailers had a lot of fun. But Lego games are always fun.
Yeah.
I haven't played this, but there was I saw a trailer for Jurassic World Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off with like an egg, and then it hatches, and then it's a T-Rex, and then it cuts to him as an adult. And I love it how in Jurassic Park games, it just like you make your own park, and hopefully you make your own park that's better than the park itself in the movie. Hopefully with better security.
We spent no expense. Apart from the fact that everyone here will probably try and kill you. That's one of the reasons why I have a soft spot for Five Nights at Freddy's, especially the first game, because they're like trying to open this thing up to the public. People have died here, and and they're still trying to open it up to the fucking public. It's like every time they try to explain things to you, it's just like, oh yeah, don't die. I mean, anyway, it's just like, you didn't have to fucking say that. Now I'm intrigued. Who died?
Do you remember any trailers from Five Nights at Freddy's?
I only remember Jesus Christ. When it comes to Five Nights at Freddy's, I remember like I saw the trailer. Well, I didn't see this. You show me gameplay of the first game, and then I saw people getting really into it, and then I saw like the trailer, which had, at the ending, Bonnie like reveals his mask, takes it off, and it's revealed that he's an animatronic endoskeleton, which, yeah. Yeah. And then I remember like you were working one day, and I was like at home, like scrolling through the internet, and I remember I stumbled upon the trailer for the second game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which added more characters, had like destroyed versions of the characters from the first game, and I'm like, oh, look, this is really cool. And then at the time the third game came out, I'm like, the main villain looks cool, but this is probably gonna be a theme, isn't it? And then the fourth game came out, I was just like, yeah, it's gonna be a theme, isn't it?
Oh, this game was a huge disappointment, but I thought the trailers was like, this was such.
You mostly see like the trailers are infinitely times more fucking entertaining than the games.
The trailer for Alien Clone Marines.
Oh god.
Because it's in different floors, and it's like one floor you have like the Marines getting attacked by, like it's like the eggs hatch, and then the facehuggers come up.
Ovalmorphs.
What?
The eggs, they're called ovalmorphs. Ovalmorphs.
Wait, so let me get this straight. So they call the facehugger, the most obvious name for that creature, but
they call an egg. They don't call an egg an egg. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, those open up and the facehugger attacks the soul. It's a bad sign. And then it cuts to another floor. I think it was like one that's like a vent, and then you have like xenomorphs just crawling, and then you have another one where it's like at the end, it's like the alien queen grabs someone who's got a detonator, and the detonator drops, and with the power of luck, the detonator button hits the floor and it explodes.
Yeah.
That's the power of luck.
Cadia is not just a planet. Cadia lives.
But there was one that they were like, you know what, let's just have fun with it. It was pretty much called the Kick-Ass trailer. And this was like, take every like over-the-top line from every war movie and just put it into one trailer. It's like, we don't leave no Marine behind. We're the baddest motherfuckers in the galaxy.
I pity the fool.
Yes.
I pity the alien or predator, or whatever the fuck this game takes place in.
Yeah, it was like the most like it was most like
they do the thing from like Starship Troopers or like Helldivers where they have like the recruitment video over the top as fuck.
Yeah, because the entire thing was over the top.
Has this happened to you? Join the Marines.
Yeah, like Alien Clone Marines had some good trailers, but the game was just bad.
Yeah.
Alien Isolation, on the other hand, that's when they brought back what made Alien scary. Because it was like one xenomorph, but then out of nowhere you have these androids hunting you down. Doom.
Oh, Christ.
When I saw the trailer for like the Doom games, like Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and Doom Dark Ages, these games are crazy, insane, blood fun.
Like the second you saw the trailer and like the second you see the glimpse of Doom Guy's hand, your adrenaline was already skyrocketing.
The music is so epic.
Yeah, rip and tear. What a fucking kick-ass theme
but
and a
like,
kick-ass
the
fucking sound.
The one for Doom Eternal, the song trailers for Doom Eternals, and the one they picked for Doom Dark Ages, they just are like, that music is so intense. Yeah, that was the coolest thing about the other thing about the Dark Ages trailer was that there was a gun that just crushes up skulls.
I was about to say, yes, you guys did yes, we do have the BFG, but for some reason this gun that can grind up skulls into ammunition is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Why do we have it? Who gives a fuck?
Harry Potter only had one trailer that I remember, and sadly it was from the Deathly Hallows game.
Oh, was that Harry Potter Advanced Warfare?
Stupefy, it just sounds like an AK-47, and for some reason...
Harry, get the missiles!
For some reason one of them is like a homing missile. I'm not kidding about that. And one of them is a sniper rifle.
Could you imagine that?
Call of Duty Harry Warfare. But no, I remember there was
Professor McGonagall, how do I reload my wand?
Which inflict to pay respects?
Swish and flick to pay respect. Fuck off, mate.
We're sorry. Anyway, there was a trailer for Deathly Hallows. It was like Harry Potter. It was like taking out different bad guys that was going to be in the game. Like there was the undead creatures from Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah, like
the spiders, Death Eaters. But then out of nowhere, the dragon from Gauntlet of Fire shows up.
Oh,
and
the Hungarian Horntail.
I was like, hold on a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
You're not in the movie. I mean, you're in the Goblet of Fire, but you're not in this movie. No, actually, that's a lie. I remember another Lego trailer. I know. I know another trailer from Harry Potter, the Lego one.
Yeah.
Remember, the Lego Harry Potter trailer it just shows you the magic of Harry Potter, because it starts off with Harry's parents being surrounded by cards to the point that they move house.
Well, his adopted family.
Yeah, they move house, and then Hagrid gives them the invitation to be in Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. That was a fun trailer. I remember in the end of the trailer, Harry Potter is like getting intense, and he has like the hat and like the wand. I think he sneezes.
Yeah, he's got like.
I remember that trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so much fun. Good times.
Great times. Fucking loved Lego Harry Potter years 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Lego Batman 2 was a surprise because that was the first one that had the speaking.
I remember this one, yeah.
This was the first one that had the speaking, and that was like, wait, are they not grunting this time?
A standing ovation? Did not expect that, but I'll take it, and also everything else.
And this one had Superman and Wonder Woman, like other characters. I was like, what?
Yeah. Green Lantern, Flash, fucking Captain Boomerang. Holy shit, the whole fucking crew.
Well, Captain Boomerang only shows up in that one cutscene.
Yeah, but still. We got the whole gang baked together.
Do you remember the cinematic for Justice League Online?
Yes.
It has this big battlefield where it's just heroes and villains.
Destroyed city.
Heroes and villains fighting each other, and it's like you have Batman telling Cyborg to attack the shield because it's like Lex Luthor, Deathstroke, and some lady with magic. I want to say Enchantress, but I could be wrong. But they start fighting, and then it's like you have Black Adam killing Green Lantern by just grabbing the ring, and he sees Flash, is like Shazam, and they die. But then the one that I thought was epic is when Lex Luthor just says, "Call him, bring him to me," and he electrocutes Lex Luthor. I mean, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And Superman he's like behind the sun, and he is pissed.
Yeah.
And he just slams into Lex Luthor, and at the end of their fight, Lex Luthor shoved kryptonite down Wonder Woman's throat, and I was like,
"Me, Lex Luthor!"
Yeah,
and he stabs him with like a kryptonite spear. And then Brainiac comes out of nowhere, and apparently it cuts to the Justice League, and it's just like, I am Lex Luthor.
I want your help.
Yeah, I'm Lex Luthor from a different dimension where Brainiac conquered, and soon he'll come here. So we need to prepare for his arrival. That kind of shit.
The Arkham games had some good ones.
Oh god damn, the Arkham games.
Arkham City had a good one with the cinematic where you have Batman versus a SWAT team.
Yeah.
But then there was one of them that is getting interrogated by Dr. Hugo Strange.
Yeah.
And at the end he's like, "I know your identity, Bruce Wayne."
Oh, what were they? Were they like Tiger or something? It was like
Yeah,
it was like
I have no idea.
It was Hugo Strange's personal like soldiers, wasn't it? Yeah, something like that.
There was another one I remember. It was going through all the city and it was in chaos, but then it got to a circus with a giant jump scare clown comes out of nowhere, and then it goes to a room where Joker is just laughing, and you have Harley Quinn who's a nurse, but then Joker looks unwell, like he looks very sick.
Mm-hmm.
Arkham Origin had a few good ones. There was one of them that it was like a cinematic where it showed you Bruce Wayne as a kid, and he sees his parents getting shot, and then it cuts them in like the League of Assassins or the League of Shadows to wherever you prefer, and it had him as Batman.
Yeah.
So it's just like a build up to like his journey.
Yeah.
There was another one where it's like Black Mask's men go to this abandoned warehouse, and they get attacked by Batman, but he looks up and Deathstroke is on top of the docks, and they're having a cool fight, which I would say it's probably better.
Yeah, it was a
better fight than probably the actual game. Which don't get me wrong, it's a fun fight, but this one was a bit better. And I love it when he gets his sword out, it gets shot, and it looks at the
Deadshot.
Yeah, he just like notices like Deadshot's just far in the distance. It's like, really, he's mine.
Yeah.
And then the Black Mask tells Deathstroke, "You had your shot. The night is young." There was a New Year DLC for Arkham Origins. It was basically like it was a party, and you have the song "Should All Our Acquaintance Be Forgot," but then the entire park gets ruined by a giant ice attack, and it's Mr. Freeze.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool.
Oh Lang Sang.
Should all acquaintance be forgot?
Yeah, Oh Lang Sang. Yeah.
That was actually a pretty good version for that trailer, and it's for a DLC.
Yeah.
I've only remember one cinematic trailer for League of Legends, and that was for Jinx.
Yeah.
And this was years before I saw Arcane, so I actually kind of knew her from that trailer, and I actually got the song Jinx on my Spotify.
I think I kind of remember another League of Legends thing. I think it was like in like a rock concert, and there was like yordles everywhere. And I remember, I don't know.
I think I might remember that too, but that was like years ago. Because when I heard they were making a show called Arcane based on League of Legends, I was like, okay, I wonder what they're gonna have. And when I saw Jinx, I was like, oh, they got her. Okay, that's kind of cool. And then I saw the trailer about her years ago before the show came out, and I thought, okay, this is a character that's having the time of her life. Like, she's having fun, being crazy.
Kind of like a Harley Quinn, but instead of having a mallet, she has a
shark
rocket launcher.
Yeah. World of Warcraft has some great trailers.
Oh my god, these trailers.
Yeah, the one with Deathwing was really good.
Where he flies over like the
city, and everywhere he flies,
just on fire.
Destruction everywhere. It was pretty cool how they just gave this thing armor, and he just flies off. Wrath of the Lich King had a good one where he's in a snowy, icy mountain,
and then he just
shoves his sword.
He just stabs Frostmourne into the
and awakens the dragon.
Yeah,
he just flies above this undead army. There was the one that you love. It was the one involving a panda.
Mist of Pandaria.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have a man and an orc fighting, but then some out of no reason, Paul from Kung Fu Panda shows up.
I fucking love the scene where like when they're fighting, he adjusts one of the like statues,
and they swap
weapons. And I also love it how like when he like reveals the mist and he shows like the Panda City, and then it shows the title Mist of Pandaria, and then it cuts to like
in a bar.
So we were attacked by a panda in a hat.
There was one I forgot what the title was called, but it was one with the orcs, and I think it was like the Horde. And one of them was about to drink.
Yeah,
one of them was about to drink something, but then he denies it at the end.
Gul'dan or Gul'dan, however the fuck you want to pronounce his name. He's got like a cauldron filled with like this green liquid.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming it's what was it called? Fade magic? I don't know, but it's the same kind of magic that creates the infernos.
The orc that denies the drink, is he the one in the movie?
No, no, it's not Sourfang. The orc in that, he's... It's been a while. It's been a while since since I got into Warhammer. I haven't been doing much research on World of Warcraft, so I'm a bit rusty on the lore.
It's fine. Maybe in the comment section.
If anyone can like explain to Aiden, well, anyone who knows World of Warcraft can explain to him, that'll be great.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
We make mistakes.
We do.
Gears of War.
Holy shit.
Now Gears of War, I cannot stop thinking about Mad World. Yeah. Mad World is pretty much like the national anthem for Gears of War. Hell, the new one, the new trailer for Gears of War they just released, Gears of War E-Day. You have the main character. He's fighting against what do you call those alien species? Locusts. And the entire house gets destroyed, and then Dom, who that's another reason I remember in Mad World, because Dom dies in Gears of War 3.
Don't fucking remind me.
And when he drives into
fucking remind me.
And they just look at the destroyed city, but I love how they actually have a sad version of Mad World. Like, the minute you hear it, I was like, yeah, bring it back! Bring it back!
Yeah.
There's another one, I remember. It was like the main character just like, it's in a destroyed city and he's looking at a half face of a destroyed statue. And he turns, and then I think someone's chasing him, and he runs off, and I think it was like this ginormous locust just looks at him, and that was like one of the I think it was like one of the bosses in the first game. Gears of War, the main character is a prisoner.
Yeah.
With an armor. Doesn't that remind you of something? Well, it's about damn time. StarCraft.
Yes.
Okay, I only remember this one because I remember our dad showed us this trailer, and this was cool because you have this guy getting an armor, and the armor looked really cool.
It kind of reminds me.
When I saw Warhammer, I was like, that looks like the one from StarCraft.
That scene where it's just like where the Space Marine gets his like armor on, and it's like they're like blessing the weapon, and they put his armor on. And it's just like, this reminds me of a certain StarCraft, trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, like, if they make a movie of Warhammer, I really want, like, Mark Strong to play his character from Warhammer and just come out and say, well, it's about damn time.
The fucking guy from the... Could you imagine that? The guy from the trailer being played by motherfucking Titus from Space Marine? Speaking of which, I remember somebody said that Warhammer was meant to be related to StarCraft, but there was so much stuff that it had to be its own thing. I remember someone saying, I mean, space soldiers who wear blue armor. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I remember, like, this was way before I got my hands on Space Marine 2. And I was just scrolling through the internet so I can, like, because at the time I got into Warhammer and I wanted to see more things. I remember there was a trailer where it was just, like, this abandoned, like, this destroyed, like, church temple. You know what I mean? And there were, like, these Cadians, like, shooting and killing these, like, Tyranids. They're, like, hordes, and their numbers were depleted, and they needed more reinforcements, so they just, you know what, fuck it, let's, like, fight into battle. And then a drop ship comes by, right? And then 3 angels, 3 ultramarines come down, and it's just, like, they're looking at this being like, oh, thank God, we're saved. And then, it was meant to be, and it's revealed it's like Space Marine 2. It's, by the way, ever since I've got my hands on that game, I am fucking addicted.
While you were saying that, just think of the main character's name from Gears of War. It was Marcus. Marcus was the main character in Gears of War. He was the prisoner. And I think because in the game, I think he's a prisoner and he joins the army to take out the Locust. Another trailer I remember from Gears of War 4, they play the disturbed version of the Sound of Silence,
which is the superior version.
Yeah, I actually do like that. I love that one better because it sounds more powerful than the original. But I remember it was like, I think it was Marcus or maybe it was someone else running in the woods. And they're getting chased by the new breed of locust. Yeah. There's like a new breed of locust that happens in the game. It has been a while since I played Gears of War 4, so maybe I might be wrong about that. But,
fucking hell, we need to play Gears of War again.
What else can we talk about? What other games? Oh, Dead Island.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dead Island... When you think of the most popular, best, like, the generation of game trailers, Dead Island comes to mind. Because it starts off with this girl, like, this dead girl, and it comes out, it just, like, you zoom out
of her eyes.
But then it goes backwards and forwards to what actually happened to her. And the song, the music gets more disturbing at the end when you find
Mhm.
out this was just a regular family wanting to enjoy their holiday, but
Yeah.
it gets interrupted by zombies. That's disturbing. The song's great. The trailer is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The detail, like this was back in 2011.
Yep.
This was, oh my god, like this to this day it's still powerful.
Yeah.
And I love how we compared that to Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2 had like this guy with his, like, he covers a scar mark of his arm, he puts his headphones on, he's just jogging, listening to music like I'm the bomb and I want to blow up.
Yeah.
And he's checking out this girl, and the girl gives him a middle finger, but then a zombie attacks her, and then for the background of this guy you're seeing zombies
All
attack.
this chaos.
Yeah, but then that mark was a bite mark, and,
Yeah,
and you see
spreads.
the decay to the
Yeah.
point that his muscle packs come out of his arm, and
Yeah.
that hair was a wig,
Mm-hmm.
because I think it was like a promotional guy. Because
Yeah,
you see his
yeah.
billboard in the end of the trailer when Jack Black's character, who by the way comes out of a Ninja Turmobile, and it's like, dude, I got this.
Kick ass!
Freaking awesome! Like,
House of Rock!
Jack Black lines you've heard from a million Jack Black movies. But that was 2014 that trailer came out.
Yes.
The game came out, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yes.
I thought the game was never going to be the scene the light of day until I found out Dead Island 2 is a thing. And I'm like, oh, cool.
I remember once we were like, after work, we were like staying over at a friend's house, and I went there first, and I was just waiting for you to arrive. And then
Yeah, he was playing Dead Island 2.
Dead Island 2, and like the first time I came in, I came in and I saw the TV, I was like, oh fuck, I forgot this game existed.
Yeah.
I keep having to remind myself that.
Another zombie game that had a great trailer was Resident Evil 7.
Oh god.
Resident Evil 7 had the biggest reaction because it starts off with saying VR exclusive, and I was like, okay, it's another VR horror game. What's this all about? But then it's like a house, but then it cuts to different crazy stuff. Like, I think there's like a one where a deer gets decayed, and you have a woman in a wheelchair slowly turning, you have an axe, and it just have these things spreading, and then it cuts to outside of a house. It has 7, which is the
Roman numerals for 7.
But then Resident Evil 7, and I was like, holy shit, they were bringing back the horror and the scariness of Resident Evil, because Resident Evil 6 came out in 2012, and let's just say they were focused on more action and less horror. Because Resident Evil 1 to probably 4 or 5.
I would say 4, yeah.
Resident Evil 4, they were... Well,
survival horror games.
4 was a survival horror, but the rest of them were like mutated zombies.
Yeah.
And I actually played Resident Evil 2.
I would still even say the other games were like survival horror, but like the 5th game up to the 6th game, I would say that's when it started being more like action.
Even the movies did that, but I don't want to talk about the movies. But I remember like a few months ago I was playing Resident Evil 2, the remastered. And I can understand why this was a fan favorite out of all the Resident Evil games. Like this one looked amazing, and seeing the original and seeing the remaster looked amazing. Last of Us had a good trailer. I remember there was
2 of them.
There was 2 of them.
One was like a documentary on cordyceps, which was like a fungus. Yeah.
Yeah, it was more like a David Attenborough documentary.
There's many species of like cordyceps fungus, but they specifically were looking at the one that infected like
ants.
Yeah. Yeah, which technically is the most iconic cordyceps.
That's a good way to promote the fungus in the game.
Yeah, and then it's like related to like the fungus in the game. And then there was like another one where it's like a person in a house.
Is this the one where you have the 2 main characters in the house?
Yeah, and like there's one of them slowly cocks a gun and then like points the gun forward, and
you have the clicker. Which the first time I saw it, I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah,
and that was the beginning of advertisements for this game, because this was a big game back in 2012 or maybe it was 2013. It was one of those years. This game was hyped after seeing that trailer. Even the the gameplay where those two go into this hotel and they just stumble upon these bad guys that are just searching around the
Yeah.
It reminded me a wee bit like Uncharted, and it's crazy because that's
Kinda, yeah.
which makes sense because it's made by the same people, Naughty Dog.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Naughty Dog, you want to talk
Crash Bandicoot.
old Crash Bandicoot commercials.
Crash Bandicoot. I don't remember the trailers, but I remember the TV ads.
Yes.
We have a guy in a Crash Bandicoot suit.
He appears outside Nintendo headquarters and he's just like, pack up your stuff, mustache man. Like, seeing all these better graphics, doesn't it seem like your days are numbered? And like one of the security guys tries to escort him.
Remember the one who's like, he just stops someone in the cinema. Is like, all right, what would you want to do? Chick flick bazooka. Chick flick bazooka.
And then it cuts
Laura
to
Croft.
Laura Croft, yeah.
No. Is it Lara or is it Laura? Not Lara Croft.
Laura Croft. And then what was that like?
She gets locked in, and it's like,
who's that? I don't know. There, I remember in those trailers, and there was like another trailer where it's just like
he's a limo driver or a taxi driver.
Yeah. Oh, geezer! What? Our flight's in 10 minutes. We're behind it, didn't we? Oh yeah, I know.
See, I like it when he talks there, and unlike the Skylanders Netflix show when he talks, and I was like, no.
I was on the other side looking to stop that evil Dr. Kota, and
you're meant to be stupid.
An idiot.
Yeah, you were born to be an idiot. You were pretty much like a brainless experiment for neocortex.
You're meant to be a dumbass. You're meant to be a stupid dumbass.
I only remember one trailer for Skylanders, and that was for Giants. And that was pretty much like the Skylanders are saying.
I've heard this about them. I've heard this about them. They're not even real. And then Jetvac, for some reason, has a Scottish accent. It's like, they're real. They're spectacular, and they're huge. And I'm like, doesn't sound like that in the game, but okay.
Because in this trailer, it's like the Skylanders are talking about how like the legends of these giants.
Yeah.
And that was probably the only trailer I've seen. Actually, no, there was another one. It was like the first game where the Skylanders get trapped in a portal and they become like the toys.
I remember like in the cinema once I was watching like these guys there was like the Skylanders having a war with like the
low goblins or
no, it was the trolls, the Drow, the Cyclops, and I think there were even Chompies as well. These guys were like having a war, and they were showing you all the Skylanders' powers, and then a portal appears and it sucks them up. Which, by the way, one of the things I remember distinctly is when Trigger Happy like gets into the portal, he accidentally drops his guns and uses his fucking tongue to pick them up.
Yeah.
And then they pick up Spyro, and he's just like, wait, who are you? Where am I? And then they bring him back home. It's just like, oh, hey, guys. Hey, it's Spyro. Wait, is that a portal? Maybe it might bring us to Skylands. And then it's like showing like gameplay footage. Which, I freaking loved Skylanders. Yeah. I still think Skylanders Giants was the best story and the best soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. Skyrim.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Skyrim is another trailer that was very popular over the years. Of like, it starts off like this cave drawing, or cave image,
cave like painting,
this legend, and then it cuts to a forest in the snowy forest of a dragon.
It's fear, and their tongue is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn, Usvarta!
And that was just a great trailer.
Yeah.
For that game, like at first it shows you the cinematic, and then it shows you a bit of gameplay.
Yeah,
that was great. And like when you think of Skyrim, you think of that trailer.
Yes.
When you think of Elder Scrolls, you think of that trailer. Even when you think of Bethesda,
only think of Skyrim.
Okay, that and Fallout, but you get the gist of it.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Fallout.
Oh God.
Fallout had a good one with Okay, so it starts off like this guy saying, hey, when you're in the vault, you can have your own kitchen. That's very nice. Hey, little girl. Hey there, you can
You're going to meet that special someone, and hey, who knows? You
I love
might
how
populate the planet.
I love how the father's concerned, but the daughter is like, I don't think I want that anymore.
Yeah.
And then after that, it just cuts to
little Timmy, you're
this
gonna
one-
have lots of little brothers and sisters to play with.
This was 2008. It cuts to a TV screen, and the entire city is being destroyed, and you have this Vault Dweller with a German Shepherd just attacking, basically creatures from outside the world.
Ghouls.
But that trailer was made in 2008.
Yes.
By God, the trailer still looks good.
Yes. I still play it. That one in Fallout New Vegas frequently. Whenever I'm like feeling up for it, I would just put the game in and just start exploring. But my God.
There's a game that I haven't played, but I don't remember watching the trailers. But I remember an ad for Lord of the Rings: Shadow of War, and the only reason why I know this ad because there's this guy that's getting almost dying. So at first he's in a hospital bed, but then this orc shows up out of nowhere, and he says, "Not today." He gets choked. Not today. He's about to die. Not today. But then he's plays the game. He plays the game, and he's like, "Not today."
Yeah.
The reason so the guy who the orc was trying to save, he's from Still Game.
He is, yeah. He's
So for those who don't know, Still Game is an Irish comedy.
It's Irish. Holy shit.
Like a Scottish-Irish type
Holy
thing.
Shit.
Show that we've seen. And one of the characters is he's like a teen. He's the one who's helping the orc.
Yeah.
And the orc is helping him out, basically not die. So, I really don't want to talk about it, but I remember seeing a trailer for that Gollum game, and I really want to erase it out of my head. Gollum should never look that bad. I mean, I know he's a disgusting creature, but come on. Peter Jackson knows how to make a great CGI model of him. That game was just an insult.
Why are you dissing my game, filthy hobbitses?
That's actually a really good impression. Until you're just choking yourself to death. Not today, Wes. Not today. Overwatch was...
Oh yeah, I remember these.
I totally forgot Overwatch 2 was a thing.
Me too.
But Overwatch 1 had great cinematics. One of them, there was a few of them I remember. One was like these two kids are in this museum, which by the way, no parents around, so I don't know how that happened.
It's fine, Jurassic World can do it, so can this.
Anyway, so these two kids are in a museum, and then next minute, the two villains, Reaper and Widowmaker, show up to
Was it Widowmaker or was it Sombra?
Sombra was in a later cinematic that I saw, but Widowmaker and Reaper are just trying to steal something, but then Tracer and... Who's the gorilla guy?
I have no idea.
Is it Winston?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those two try to save the day, and I remember the line where Tracer says to the kids, like...
Don't worry, love, cavalry's here.
Yeah, and then that was a sign that I was about to see the next Team Fortress. Just like, instead of a group of mercenaries, it was going to be like a group of heroes and villains.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much like a multiplayer game.
Does this mean Overwatch is back? No.
Yeah, Overwatch 2, I totally forgot myself. Oh, that's a real game until there was a DLC that showed you like, oh, there's a Halloween pack, but there's also a My Hero Academia
There's
pack.
a My Hero Academia pack. What was this for? Overwatch 2.
I totally
They
forgot.
made a second one?
Yeah. There was a cinematic where you have Sombra who's hacking doors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I remember like Weeper's about to go in his door and the door shuts and then he's like, Sombra.
Yeah.
There's another one where Widowmaker's about to assassinate someone, but then
she
Trace
assassinates, I think it's like the monk's robot guy.
Yeah, but then Tracer shows up and tries to talk her out of it.
I cannot watch that trailer because I saw someone doing I saw someone doing this trailer, but they replaced all the sound effects with Ed and Eddie sound
I remember
effects.
you showed me that. I was like, no, why?
No. So it's the scene where like Widowmaker jumps off the building. It's just like yeah. And I'm like, I can't fucking watch this anymore.
Team Fortress 2.
Oh, the Meet the videos.
Meet the crew videos?
Yeah.
By God, they're great. Like, meet the Demoman, meet the Sniper, meet the Heavy, meet the Spy. They're great. And they do show you, like, these mercenaries, like, what they do as professionals.
Well, yeah.
Even like Man versus Machine, I thought that was great.
When I saw that, I was like, holy shit!
Yeah, the robots looked cool, and I love how like in the trailer, Heavy's like gives his like, yeah, they just charge.
Yeah, and then they charge, and then you see like you just see the gravity of the situation. While there's only like 9 mercenaries, and there's like hundreds of robots.
Meet the Pyro is, oh my god.
I absolutely love it how they speak of him like he's a demon,
but
from
then
his perspective, he's a. Do you believe in magic?
Remember the trailer? Okay, I remember from Video Games Are Awesome, there was a trailer that they saw. It was for a game called Lollipop Chainsaw.
Fucking hell, I haven't heard that name in fucking
because it's at first
Jesus Christ.
Because there's like this because it's like this cheerleader and the song like lollipop lollipop
yeah.
The next minute the entire gym is being attacked by zombies and she's got a chainsaw and I'm like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, fucking hell, I forgot about Lollipop Chainsaw.
Do you know it's directed by James Gunn?
Yeah.
Oh, what other games should we talk about?
Oh, man.
There's so many games.
I remember, I remember this. It took me a while for me to realize where this is from. I watch a guy called Creepy Game, and his YouTube channel is called Mullet Mike. And I remember every time he says Shigeru Miyamoto's name, he has the theme where it's like, and it took me a while for me to realize where that's from. It's from a Saints Row trailer, and it's just like, here's footage from the game, and all the trailer is just a guy punching another guy in the dick, and that's it.
Yeah, I remember, like, Saints Row has some really good trailers for the game. Like, there was one, it was like an advert for, like, people, like, dressing up and having the guns and the vehicles. I remember, like, they were walking. There's a pink-green cat mask.
Yeah,
one of the guys just takes it off, but when he takes it off is another one, and he's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
that was great.
Big green eyes and like, yeah. It kind of reminds me of when you said the guns. It kind of reminds me of the old Ratchet and Clank adverts where it was just like
they pretty much just kill their neighbors or their best friend.
They turn one of their friends into a fucking chicken, which by the way he's dead. One of them gets fucking abducted by an eagle. He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead because it's like a shrink ray. Yoink.
Yeah.
But no, Saints Row. When I saw the new one, I don't know why people hated it, but I just felt like this felt like it was the old Saints Row games.
Mm-hmm.
There was one I remember the most. It had the song "Power" sung by Kanye West, and it's like, yeah, and it's like a group of people head into this nightclub, and there's like a gunfight, and you have this woman in the computer like hacking. And next minute, you just see them on top of a roof, surrounded by jets. I remember that because that was a really good trailer.
Okay.
Oh, Detroit Become Human.
Yes.
That had a really good cinematic. And you know what? I haven't played the game yet. I really should. Because the game is like this android cop is sent to deal with an android that's keeping a girl hostage.
Yeah.
And I remember the bit where the woman's like, wait, you're sending an android? Why can't you just send a real person to deal with it? And then the game revealed like there's different choices. So one scenario you could drop the gun, or in another scenario you get shot, and or in another scenario you could talk him out to the point he actually gets shot and he's got blue blood.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I remember one trailer. Say what you want to about the game, but holy fuck. I remember there was this trailer about like, I think it was like Frozen. So it was like, you know, it's Frozen where it's just like different shots of like people freeze framing, and it was like in a rainy city, and you see like all these soldiers being killed, and like you see these drones, and apparently it cuts to like, I think it was like a stripper. Oh no, it was a woman. And she's got like mantis claws.
Oh, yeah.
And then it turns out that was from a game called fucking Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that trailer came out in 2012 or maybe it was 2014. It was like a SWAT team taking down this woman who looks normal at first, but then when it gets when the more is revealed, she's got like Baraka claws.
Yeah, she's got fucking hooks.
And
for
I love how at
hands.
the end of the trailer literally says the game will come out when it's ready.
Yeah, and when it does come out, it won't be ready. It'll be a glitchy fucking mess.
The other one I remember was when they actually revealed Keanu Reeves was going to be a character.
Wake up, samurai. We got a city to burn.
That was great. Because at first it's like a bad deal, because this guy's getting attacked by a dealer or something, and the next minute he wakes up in a city, and it's like, wake the fuck up, samurai. We got a city to burn. It's kind of Keanu Reeves, and I'm like, oh, cool, he's in the game.
It's like, what, Johnny Silverhand?
Yeah. Which our dad's got a figure of.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Oh, if you were born in the early 2000s, specifically 2004, you would have got a DVD of Spider-Man 2, and you would have saw a trailer for Spider-Man 2, the video game.
Yeah.
That just brings me back childhood memories, because this trailer looked fun. Swinging around the city as Spider-Man, taking down bad guys. Like, the trailer music was making it so epic, and it was like, oh, that was great times.
Yeah.
There was another one I remember for a Spider-Man game I have never played, and that was for Web of Shadows.
Oh, fuck. Jesus fucking Christ.
So Spider-Man's walking with his head down,
No,
and there's
fuck.
shield agents shooting symbiotes, and the reason why I remember that bit is because it's been memed a bunch of times.
Oh, no, can I explain?
Yeah, you say it.
There's a meme, I forgot what the caption was, but I remember it's like a sped up version of the trailer. It's just like shield agents shooting at symbiotes, and it's just like Spider-Man walking away all sad. And then there's a song that plays that the lyrics are called, yeah, sometimes when I'm lonely, I stick my dick in baloney, and I'm
That trailer for that game had them song Moon Knight.
Yeah.
No, wait, Moonlight?
Moonlight, yeah.
Yeah, Moonlight. And it shows you, like, what's become of the city,
Yeah.
like, what's become of its heroes, and it shows you, like, Wolverine Venom, and it shows you Black Cat Venom, like, symbiote Black Cat, symbiote Wolverine, and it shows you, like, what happens to its villains, like, symbiote Electro and symbiote Vulture, I think?
Yeah.
And it's like...
And, like, at the end of the fucking trailer, you see fucking Witherstorm fucking Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, a big giant Venom like that.
Holy
like,
fuck.
I wish
that
I
was
could...
the only good thing I remember from Minecraft Story Mode.
Yeah, like, I wish I could play that game to swing around and...
Yeah.
Like, that Venom design is pretty cool.
And I remember from gameplay, there was, like, options from the story. You could, like, play as Spider-Man, be the hero, or you could let
just
the
the black
symbiote
suit.
control you.
Yeah. The Spider-Man, the Insomniac games, they were really good. Like, I remember when E3 released the trailer of Spider-Man with the white symbol, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I have seen Spider-Man with the white symbol in the black suit, but I haven't seen it much in the red suit. So I thought, that's a pretty cool design. And just showing him, like, swimming around, taking down bad guys, I was like, oh, this looks cool. Unfortunately, I had to buy a PlayStation 4 to buy that game, but it was worth it.
I had to waste money.
But that was worth it to play that game, because, oh my god, that game's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There was an ad, I remember, it was like Spider-Man getting attacked by Mr. Negative and he's falling down, but there's like shadow versions of the villains, like he's getting attacked by Scorpion, Rhino, Shocker, and Electro.
Yeah.
But then you hear a voice of Aunt May saying, Peter, it's time to wake up. He opens his eyes and he fights and defeats the shadow version of the villains, and he's about to fight Mr. Negative. There is a extended version where the fight is a bit longer, but I remember seeing that in cinemas. I was like, okay, this looks really, really good. And then there was one I remember for Spider-Man 2 where it shows Miles Morales and Spider-Man fighting random criminals, and Spider-Man's got the Iron Spider claws.
Yeah.
It's like Kraven's voice, but then but then you hear "we," and it shows an image of Venom, like just a quick image, and I was like, oh, cool, Venom's gonna be in the game. Oh yeah, and Venom in the game looks really good. There is another trailer. It shows you Venom just beating the living crap out of Spider-Man and Miles Morales in the city.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. What other trailers should we talk about?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, there was a card game I remember years and years and years ago called The Crew.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I remember this is because it's like a game where you could just make your own cars, you could build your own like engines, and you could put any
Cars! I thought you said cards for a second. I was like,
you could
okay.
put any spoiler, like anything in the front and the back, and just make your own car. But the one thing that shocked me is that this was an open world online server game
Mm-hmm.
where the entire map is literally the entire world, and it's like surrounded by players just driving and say say parts of Canada, and you got some person driving in like New York. It was just like a big map, and that was shocked me of the big scale of that.
Yeah, I have every time you say open world and car game, I kind of get a shiver down my spine, mostly due to Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. Anyway, before I have a mental breakdown.
Oh, so you remember I talked about the Halo Believe advert, with the stop motion figures.
Yeah.
There was a parody of that from Bulletstorm.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
It was a parody for a reason, because the entire guys were getting either killed by either bullets or hot dogs for some reason.
Yes.
There was hot dogs everywhere. I don't know what the point was, but yeah, I haven't played the game, so I don't know the joke. Oh, this was a bad game, but I remember the trailer for Duke Nukem Forever. But the reason why I remember this trailer is because it has the song "Invaders Must Die."
Yeah.
And that was a great song because it's made by the same people that sung "It's an Omen."
Oh yeah, Omen. Yeah, Omen.
Yeah.
I've got a petition here that says you're a pussy.
Oh.
What do we do in your game? I don't want to talk about it. Oh, come on, Duke. What do we do in this game? I insult Master Chief's armor, and one level I throw shit.
You fool!
I throw...
How dare you!
I didn't even get to finish, like, the level where he flings shit in everywhere, but you were like, well, I insult Master... You asshole! You bastard!
You know, when you hear the word "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star," what's the first thing you think of?
Dead Space!
Do you think of a lullaby, or do you think of the first Dead Space trailer?
Kind of reminds me of, remember when Resident Evil 7 had, like, a disturbing version of Go Tell Aunt Rhoda?
Yeah. So, Dead Space, okay, the two games were scary. The third game didn't have much scariness. Kind of like Resident Evil 4 and 5 and 6.
The two games were scary. First trailer for the first game. It's like building ambience, like horror.
Yeah,
horror.
Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And it has like jump scare, sound effects.
Like these like necromorphs.
But in Dead Space 2,
play Dead Space 2. Your mother's gonna hate it.
Yeah, they get random mothers to play Dead Space 2. One doesn't like it and thinks this is how crime is made.
No, humans are how crime is fucking made.
The others are not very happy, but there's one woman.
Look at that monster! And I'm like, I like her!
There's one woman that's just having the time of her life because
I love this woman!
Because of this. And I love how the end is like, your mother's gonna play Dead Space 2 and she's gonna hate it. And I'm like, except for one.
Yeah. No, she's fucking not. My mother can't even fucking... My mother doesn't even know how a fucking game controller works. Which means she's gonna play fucking Dead Space 2.
The minute she sees one of the creatures, she's gonna drop the controller and die in the game.
We're talking about the same woman who, while I was playing Mario, she came up to me and said, like, I was playing Mario Galaxy 2, and then she says, play the game correctly, collect the star pieces, or I'll turn the fucking game off. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm trying to fucking stop these Goombas.
But I remember there was a Super Bowl ad for Dead Space 3.
Yeah.
Where the guy is in snowy mountains, and then you hear Phil Collins.
I can feel it.
Yeah, but then when you hear like the do,
it's like the caulking of the gun.
Yeah, and he goes towards this giant. I haven't played Dead Space, so I don't even know what this is. It's like a red and black kind of beacon.
Yeah.
Beacon
thing.
Yeah.
This whatchamacallit.
But I remember that. Crysis had one that was really good.
I remember Crysis. Yeah.
Crysis 2 had this promotion to let's put every trailer to have the song New York, New York. But the one I remember the most, it was like a helicopter's going towards the destruction city. This reminds me of Dark of the Moon for some reason.
Yeah.
And the song Start Spreading the News.
Yeah.
It's really
like
just
a somber version.
Yeah. But then there's like this massive hole in this building that the soldiers just like the helicopters go past it and they see these alien robots which look like the dreads from Dark of the Moon again. They one of them peeks out and then they just ambush the helicopters, and then it cuts to the guy, the Crysis dude with the cool armor.
Yeah.
In the city. So that's probably the only Crysis trailer I remember.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
I think I know we've gone away from like what was it called? It's kind of like Warhammer. What was it called again?
Oh, Gears of War or
No, the other one.
StarCraft?
There it is. Showing how good my memory is right there.
Well, there's multiple games with people in armor.
There's many games where space people have big armor, okay, Wes?
Taking down bug people.
But yeah, I remember there was like a trailer for like StarCraft, and it was like in a destroyed city, and like they're fighting these giant bug creatures.
Oh yeah.
It like, come on.
You have these big creatures.
They look like Tyranids.
Yeah, but then there's like these giant elephant creatures
Yeah,
that
they look like
the
behemoth from the Monsterverse.
That too, but also look like the Alpha Dragon.
The Bewilderbeast.
The Alpha Dragon from How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Bewilderbeast. I think that's what they're called. The Alpha Dragon from...
Of course, you cannot have a trailer without having the Wilhelm scream in it.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great trailer.
It was. It really was.
What else? Oh, I remember this from years and years ago. There was a Jurassic Park game called Jurassic Park Operation Genesis.
I thought you were going to say Operation Mindfuck for a second.
Yeah. So basically, it was a game where you make your own park and you have to protect it from the people from other dinosaurs like raptors and T-Rex. And I love how the trailer starts. I was like, you could build your own park and be populated with dinosaurs, and then there's helicopters chasing raptors that have just escaped.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh look, you've got a T-Rex. Be careful, she's a hunter.
Oh look, welcome. You can build your own park. We shared no expense. Don't. And then like John Hammond like looks behind him, and there's like someone being mauled to death by a velociraptor, and he's just like, we shared no expense. You can build your own. You can build your own amusement park.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, the first Lego trailer I remember because. The other Lego trailers were pretty much showing you gameplay and cutscenes, but this one I remember the most. It starts off with a cup of water, and you hear the footprints. Of course, you see the water shaking.
Yeah.
But then it cuts to a Lego footprint of a T-Rex, and the T-Rex does the roar, but its jaw falls off. Yeah, I remember that.
If this wasn't Lego, that entire sentence would be fucking horrifying.
The T-Rex ripped his jaw.
It's just that scene from Primal. Remember that scene where it's just like you see like a zombie dinosaur and he just starts vomiting blood.
Yeah. I haven't played a lot of Sonic games, but I remember a few. There was one for Sonic Heroes, which for some reason they put the song from the A-Team in it. Like for Sonic Heroes.
Okay, I accept that as long as they make Knuckles Mr. T.
I pity the Knuckles.
I pity the Knuckles.
I actually heard that.
You felt that. Good, because I fucking didn't.
There was one for the Shadow the Hedgehog game. And the only
Yeah.
reason why we all know this is because he's got guns.
Yeah, I fucking love that about that and the fan base. You know what I want? I want Shadow the Hedgehog to have a gun. Give Shadow the Hedgehog a gun. I don't like Shadow the Hedgehog with a gun.
There was another one I saw for Sonic Generation. It was the one where you have old Sonic design and the newer Sonic design basically racing each other.
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh, you played Goat Simulator.
Yes.
I remember seeing one of the trailers. There's one that's doing a parody of Dead Island.
Yes, there was...
But
there was-
it goes to the goat's eye and it zooms out, but then it goes back and forth to it just causing destruction
Yes.
with that goofy tongue it's got.
Yeah.
Um,
They did one for like... Funny you say that.
oh no.
They did that trailer for Goat Simulator 1.
Okay.
There isn't a Goat Simulator 2. That's the whole point of the joke.
Okay.
But there's a Goat Simulator 3, and they do a piss take of the first trailer for Dead Island 2. You know what?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
joking, it's just like, I'm the bomb and about to blow up. That
Yeah.
one. And so it's just this. There's just this fucking goat running around with its tongue dangling, and behind him, you just see these people being attacked by fucking other goats.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, I remember the trailer for the Deadpool game. It was like
Yeah.
Deadpool on his couch. It's like, hey there, you're probably wondering why you're watching this, and it's his voice in his head saying, oh, they're definitely about to watch the Two Girls in One. Anyway, you're about to see the Deadpool trailer that we put all this budget and money into.
Yeah.
Like, explosions, more explosions, bang, 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 bang.
yeah.
And it's like, suck it, Wolverine.
That's one of my favorite scenes. That's one of my I do. First time I got introduced with Deadpool was when I played as him in Marvel Ultimate Alliance. And
Oh,
one of
yeah.
my favorite things is like every time he uses his guns, he always says bang 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 bang, and I'm like, I fucking love this guy's energy.
All the games you want to talk about.
I have no idea.
Do you want to make this into part 1 and do more in part 2 and 3 if we are deciding to do a part 3?
Yeah.
All right, let's. This is gonna be part 1.